Hi, YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. And tomorrow, this whole set's going to look different. This is our final day. Final day in these surroundings because we're moving. We're moving in a new building, new equipment, and I'm scared. I'm scared. Keep Auntie in prayer so I can get this. I'm not the most techie person. And it's a lot of new stuff. But tomorrow the background's gonna look totally different. Thanks for joining. I love to say it's not cute not knowing, and we start off with a hug. Thanks for joining us. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. I got the scoop on the member of High Five who died. Roderick Pooh Clark was an original member of High Five, and he died over the weekend at the age of 49. High Five did the songs I Like the Way the Kissing Game. They did the song Quality Time. 30 years ago, Roderick was involved in a car crash. It was in Florida, and it left him paralyzed from the neck down. I know. Ooh. He died from complications from pneumonia. But Roderick was an original member of High Five, dead at the age of 49. So last night, I watched a full episode of First Lady, the new Showtime series on First Ladies. Michelle Obama, Betty Ford, Eleanor Roosevelt. And I said, I'm going to judge it for myself because I didn't like the clip that I saw. Viola and the lips, it was distracting for me. Now, this does not take away, of course she's a great actress, but every role is not for everybody. So in the words of Aretha Franklin, when you don't have something to say, just say, nice gowns. Nice gowns. It was this. Is that my son? Can you come around and say hi to everybody? This is our last time. My son is going to be a photographer. He turns 21 in 3 weeks. This is my son.
Hi.
RJ. I call him RJ, but Robert, and he's capturing the moments of our last moments here. Hi, son.
Hi.
You're turning, look at me. You're turning, move in. You're turning 21. 3 weeks. Do you feel grown?
No.
Why not? Because you got to pay your cell phone bill, because you got to be grown.
No.
No!
I don't know. Just don't.
This is my pride and joy. To be 21 in 3 weeks. Taurus. You can go back and take a picture. He's going to holler at me when we get in the car. Like, you want me on the camera. But that's my son, YouTube family. That's him. All right, let's go back to Viola Davis. It was... just me. Michelle Pfeiffer played Betty Ford. You know, Betty Ford had the Betty Ford Clinic, and Betty Ford had a problem with drugs and alcohol. But it was just funny because every scene, she had a drink in her hand. But, you know, she went and got help for it. But Michelle Pfeiffer said she'll never play a famous person again. It's not easy. Think of a famous person. I think one of the only people who could pull it off was Jamie Foxx when he played Ray Charles. I could watch Ray over and over and over again, but it's hard. Another story that's coming to light, and this is going to be in the Starz Network, Julia Roberts and Sean Penn are starring in the movie Gaslight. In the 70s, there was a Watergate scandal with then President Richard Nixon. This scandal was huge, and he had to resign from office. I remember as a little girl, you know, my parents had the news on all the time, and there was this woman, Martha Mitchell. She was a Southern belle from Arkansas, and she did not find a camera or a microphone that she didn't like. She was very chatty, and she talked a lot, and her husband was John Mitchell. He was the Attorney General, best friend of Nixon, and here was Martha giving all the scoop. She gave scoop for days. At one point, John Mitchell even had her kidnapped. Keep her quiet. Julia Roberts is playing Martha Mitchell. Sean Penn in great makeup is playing John Mitchell. Gaslight debuts on Stars this Sunday. Omari Hardwick is going to be teaming up with Kelly Rowland and Marsai Martin from Blackish for a new sports comedy coming to Nickelodeon. Speaking of Blackish, tonight is the night. After 8 seasons, watching the Johnsons, Anthony Anderson, Tracy Ellis Ross, and the family, the show is coming to an end. It's going to air at 9 o'clock with a special afterwards. If you miss it, it's always streaming on Hulu the next day. Colin Kaepernick, they ain't never letting him come back into the NFL. He said, I'll even be a backup quarterback. He's been blacklisted, and they won't happen. You can have more quarterbacks leave, retire, go down. They never think of Colin Kaepernick. Get ready for Red Table Talk. Jada Pinkett Smith is coming out with a new season. Some of her guests include Janelle Monáe, who talks about coming out at the age of 32. Kim Basinger used to be married to Alec Baldwin. She's going to be there with her daughter. They don't have nice things to say about Alec Baldwin. The mother of the late Miss USA, Chesley Chris, the young woman who died by suicide in January, her mom is going to be one of the guests. Willow, Jaden, and Trey, they're all getting together to sit down and talk. No talk of Will be joining them, but this is going to be happening. Keep actress Thandie Newton in prayer. The stories just get worse. She got her hands on social media and she said, "Do we hate our women?" Now they think she got it from a Tupac song. Like, do we hate our women? Do we rape our women? It was a song. I think it was Keep Your Head Up. It's in my head. But Thandie posted it, then deleted it. Her husband of 24 years is divorcing her. She's in rehab. They have 3 kids, but they said her behavior has been quite strange. Did we talk about Nick Cannon? Did we talk about Nick Cannon? I do so many reports a day. Nick, your children need time. I'm sure that I did. I know that I did. So I know that I did. I'm emotional about leaving this building. Nick, you can have as many kids as you want, and people are going to say, he can afford it. Kids need time. Kirk Franklin's son is still in jail. He's been granted bond, $35,000, but there's no one to pay it. They've reduced his charges. The woman who is dead in the car, they took him out of that. But they're holding him for resisting arrest, and there was a gun in the charge when they found him. Now, Kerryon Franklin is saying, I was set up. Was he set up? Meanwhile, where's Kirk Franklin? Kirk has been real silent. Kirk has had a troubled relationship with his son for years, and it is sad. Could this be something to bring father and son together? That's a good question. Could it? I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people will fault Kirk Franklin, for not coming up to help his son, because some people are like, no matter what happens with my kid, I'm going to be there. But there's a reason why Kirk Franklin is holding back. What do you guys think about this whole Nick Cannon? It's going to be baby number 8. They're doing the pregnancy photos. It's too much. For all the money, Nick, that you can give your kids, they're going to need your time. They're going to need your time. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Auntie does read the comments. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for joining us. It's not cute not knowing, and now you know. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture.